Hi everybody, I'm Mike Garska with SuccessToolChest.com and FindAMentor.com. Welcome to this week's Help Me Communicate, where I help you become a better communicator. Today I'm going to talk about nonverbal communication, about body language, and about facial expression. How to connect before you speak or while you're speaking. Have you heard that nonverbal communication is 70 to 90%? As different numbers come up all the time. But I've always heard between 70 and 90% of communication is nonverbal. That doesn't mean that your words don't count. It means that the body language and the facial expression that goes along with your words is very key to how you're being perceived and how you engage other people. When we're communicating with other people, our intention is to engage them. And as we communicate, we go through a human interaction process. We sense, we think, we feel, we intend, and we act. And in that intention part of this process, what we're doing is we're selling ourselves, or we're selling to get something that we want. Like I say, in every part of a human interaction process, both people have intentions. Now, the intention can be big, it can be small, it can be an overlying intention, it can be an underlying intention, but there's always an intention. We want something when we have an intention. And so in that portion where we want something, we're actually selling ourselves. And how we sell ourselves to get what we want in that intention part of the communications process is key. And so if we're trying to get something, in every interaction, there's something that we want. Now, it could be something as simple as we just want to express or to feel like we're accepted or loved at some different level, and whether this is a work relationship or a personal relationship, a significant relationship, or a relationship that doesn't matter that much. How humans communicate is a habit. And your body language, your facial expression, your nonverbal communication is habitual. However old you are, you've been developing your communication habits over the period of your lifetime. And some of those habits are either engaging, or they're often confusing, or they're even repulsing. And what is your body language? Is your body language engaging, or is it confusing or repulsing? Find out. The first step to communicating non-verbally effectively is to know what you're doing wrong. And today I'm going to give you 8 tips of what you can do right in your nonverbal communication. But the truth is, you don't know what you're doing wrong for sure unless you get some feedback. And awareness in any communication interaction is key. So get some feedback on what your body language is like. After you learn these 8 tips to effective nonverbal communication, then find some people that you trust, both in a work environment and in a personal environment, and ask them what your body language is like. And what you want it to be like is these 8 tips. The 8 tips today that I'm going to give you are to face the other person, sit or stand straight, smile with confidence, get some eye contact, a soft gaze, not staring, uncross your legs and arms, show a genuine interest, get in touch with that curiosity inside you, nod once in a while, keep your face enthusiastic in some form. And if the other person's body language is negative and closed off, I'm going to give you a tip for how to open them up a little bit too. So we're going to go through these 8 different tips today, and these are key to engaging other people. If you're a leader in any type of work, it's critical that you have an engaging communication style if you want to lead effectively, and if you want your team to buy in to your processes and into the goals that you have set for yourself and your team and your individual people. So your ability to communicate is key, and your nonverbal communication is critical. So what we want you to do is face the other person. When somebody's looking away from you and you're talking, how does that make you feel? You feel like you're unimportant, or I feel like I'm unimportant when somebody's looking away from me and not paying attention to what I'm saying. So do that. Face the other person. That's the first thing you got to do. Turn off the cell phone, turn off the computer, or get them out of your range, and face the other person. Sit or stand straight. body posture is key. And when you're sitting or standing straight versus slouched over and like this, if I was sitting there like this, slouched over, I don't appear interested. If I'm sitting and standing straight, I appear interested. If my facial expression is showing some enthusiasm, I appear interested. And people want to engage with me. So make sure that you're open, that you're facing the other person, that your body language or your facial expression is engaging. And if you're not sure if you're like that, practice in a mirror or ask other people. Say, what's this look like to you? What does this look like to you? What does this look like to you? Ask them. Get some feedback on what your facial expression is like and say, hey, when I'm communicating, what kind of facial expression and body language do you see in me? And accept whatever they say, because for them, their perception is real. And if one person is perceiving that you're closed off or unengaged, then chances are other people are as well. So get some feedback, become aware of what your body language is. Practice different facial expressions and body languages in the mirror. As humans, we're creatures of habit, like I mentioned. And so your body language and your nonverbal communication is habitual. If you don't know how you're being perceived, and to you it might appear that you're being interested and you're open, but to other people it might not. And what matters is how other people perceive you when you're communicating. If you want somebody to engage with you, it really matters how other people are perceiving you, not how you are perceiving yourself and what you're putting off. So get that feedback, really, really important. Sit and stand straight, face the other person, smile with some confidence, and practice your different smiles. Isn't very enthusiastic. I use just a soft smile like this, and I'm talking to people, and my smile kind of goes a little bit tilted to one side, but that's just me, that's natural. People feel comfortable with that soft smile. Don't be too stressed on that. And again, practice and get feedback. Eye contact is critical. This is the fourth tip here. Soft gaze. Don't stare at the other person. That's intimidating. But just a soft gaze. Look around at their ears, their mouth, their nose, their hair, their shoulders, but stay focused in their facial area. Glance up at their eyes once in a while, down at their mouth, but that soft gaze, and face the other person. Again, don't look away and don't stare, but just be soft. That eye contact is critical. It is the eyes are the windows to the soul, people say. And when we're connecting with other people, we want to be authentic and genuine and honest and true. And if we're doing a soft gaze and gentle facial expression and eye contact, and the people want to open up. And when they're engaged, we have a stronger ability to achieve that intention part of our human interaction process. Another really important part of effective body language is to uncross your arms and legs. Now, a lot of people, including me, it's comfortable to sit like this with crossed arms. Having said that, if my arms are crossed, I'm actually closing off my heart, and people don't engage as much. If somebody's sitting to you with their arms crossed like this, do you think that they're open in comparison to sitting like this? When I'm speaking with somebody that's sitting like this, open, versus like this, closed, I trust that they are more engaged with me and more open to what I'm saying. And so if you want people to engage with you, it's important to keep arms and legs uncrossed. And I even, sometimes I'll close my hands in a clasp like this as I'm talking, but I try to keep open. And often I'll catch myself, because it's comfortable to go to a crossed position. As soon as I notice that I'm crossed, I open up. So open up your arms and legs. That gives the other person perception that you're interested, that you're open to what they're saying. And if people feel open to what, like you're open to what they're saying, they're going to open up more, and you're going to have a better chance to influence them with what your intention is. If you're closed off, they're going to close off as well. And that will take me to one of the other tips. Before I go on to that, the last few tips, I want to express that it's important to nod. Once in a while, just nod. Yeah, okay, it shows that you're getting what they're saying and that you're listening to them. So that's a very important part of your body language is activity, showing nodding, moving around a little bit, opening up, using your arms and hands. It shows engagement. When people are training professional speakers, they'll train them to move back and forth across the stage and keep movement going. That keeps people interested. Even if you're sitting, though, you can keep people interested by nodding, by using your arms, and that kind of stuff for your body language. So be aware of that. The other really important thing is to show a genuine interest in the other person. And how do we do that? How do we demonstrate that we're genuinely interested in the other person? Well, every individual has within them a sense of curiosity. And that curiosity comes out naturally when we are talking about things that we're interested in or we're trying to learn something from somebody else. But when we're in a regular conversation, that genuine curiosity isn't always there. If it's a critical conversation or if any relationship matters to you, it's important to get in touch with that curiosity inside you so that you truly show and demonstrate that you are interested in the other person. So tap into your curiosity, and when you tap into your curiosity, your voice tone will change naturally. Your body language will change naturally. Your word choice will naturally change as you show that genuine interest in the other person. Stephen Covey, and I refer to this all the time, says in any successful people, in the 7 habits of successful people, one of the most important habits is to seek first to understand, then to be understood. If I am truly, genuinely in tune with my curiosity, that seeking first to understand will come out naturally. So get in touch with your curiosity and find out what's going on for the other person. In that, like I mentioned earlier, in that intention part of our human interaction process, we're trying to influence, we're trying to sell ourselves or get what we want out of any human interaction. And in order to do that, we need the other person opened up and engaged, and we need to understand fully where they're at any given moment in time. And in order to find out where a person's at, we can't sell anybody anything if we don't know where they're at. So we need to find that out. Get in touch with your curiosity and express that in your interaction with other people. So the most important 7 steps for engaging nonverbal communication is face the other person, sit or stand straight, heads up look, strong, backbone, straight backbone type body posture, smiling with confidence, and with show your facial expression with curiosity, keep your mood light, get some soft eye contact, uncross your legs and arms, show your genuine interest, get in touch with your curiosity, nod once in a while. If you do those 7 things, you're going to appear as an open person, and more people will feel more comfortable with you, and they will open up when you don't expect them to. You'll start to hear things from other people if you can develop those open communication, nonverbal communication, healthy habits. You'll find that people are sharing things with you that you and getting more intimate with you than you even normally expect. Now, the last tip, the 8th tip in body language is when we notice that the other person is closed off like this. Okay, so if the other person's closed off, our chances of influencing are go down dramatically. And so what we want to do is we want to get the other person to open up. I'm going to share a little story right now about a situation that I was in. We were with a large engineering firm, me and a colleague, and we were proposing a new idea to them for a process. And so we had some high-level leaders in this company sitting in it. There was 4 of them and the 2 of us. And I wasn't doing the primary presentation, my colleague was. But what I noticed, the key guy, the top guy in the organization that we were presenting to was very closed off. There were 6 of us around a board table. He was sitting next to me, and he was, and the person making the presentation was down to my right. He was to my left. And I noticed he was closed off and leaning away from both me and the person making the presentation. And I could tell that he wasn't getting the information that we wanted him to understand. He wasn't engaging. Now, this meeting went on for about an hour and a half. And I invoked a process that I learned a few years earlier, or quite a few years earlier, from other salespeople. And they talked about getting people opened up and using a part of what was called, that came out of a course from called neuro-linguistics programming. And it was about getting other people to match you. And so this gentleman was sitting closed like this. And so what I did is I matched him. I was sitting right next to him, and I leaned exactly the same way he did, and I closed my arms and my legs for about 5-10 seconds, and then I opened up. And I faced the table straight on rather than to my left. I put my hands on the table, sometimes on my knees, but I uncrossed my legs, uncrossed my arms, and I sat like this. And I went back and forth for about 20 minutes, like this for a few seconds, 10, 20 seconds, maybe sometimes 5 seconds, and then back opened up like this, and like this, and like this. And after 25, 30 minutes, he went like this, and he matched me. And so I led him into an open body posture. And that is a nonverbal communication that works extremely well. If you're in an important conversation with anybody, whether that's personal conversation or work conversation, and you're noticing that the other person's body language is completely closed off, or their facial expression is frowning, get to the facial expression that you want. So go like this, frown, and then open up. And open up your face. And do it back and forth. And you'll find eventually they will follow you. And as soon as they're opened up, then you can go a little bit deeper into your presentation or into your intention and into your conversation plan and get them more engaged. And it works 98% of the time. So when other people are closed off, match them and open up. That's the 8th tip. So I hope you enjoyed today's tips. I'll quickly review them again. Face the other person, sit or stand straight, right? Heads up look, strong backbone, smile with confidence, a light smile, and practice this. Get some feedback from your friends and from your colleagues and that kind of stuff to know what your standard habits are. Get that soft eye contact, not the stare, just the soft gaze. Watch their face, look at their ears, their hair, their eyes, so you're not staring at their eyes, but look around them, show them you're engaged. Uncross your legs and arms, right? Show that genuine interest by invoking that sense of curiosity inside you that we all have access to, and find out about that other person. It'll come across in your voice tone, it'll come across in your body language, and it'll come across in your words when you get in touch with that genuine curiosity inside you. Nod once in a while. And the last tip is when the other person's all closed up, match them and bring them to what you want. Match them and bring them to what you want. It might take a few minutes, 20, 30 minutes sometimes, but do it and you'll notice a big, big difference. So I hope you enjoyed today's talk about nonverbal communications. And remember that you are a creature of habit. Find out what your negative nonverbal communication habits are from other people by looking in the mirror at yourself, whatever it takes, and then commit to changing those nonverbal communications. Now, the only way to change a habit is to replace it with a new habit. And the only way to get a new habit going in your life is to practice, 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 to persevere and to persist. Get in touch with your perseverance, with your persistence, with your discipline to practice and to become a good communicator, and practice that effective open body language and nonverbal communication in your facial expressions and in your body language. I hope you enjoyed today's talk. You go out and make it an awesome day. Don't forget to like our page here. Remember that all of these talks are posted at successtoolchest.com in the vlog blog section of the website. Remember that human interaction process that we all go through all day, every day long. You can access that for free at successtoolchest.com. Just sign up for the free delivery of the PDF or the free video. It's a short blurb on how people communicate through that process. Sign up for the Contact Communications Program, where we help you become a great communicator by going through 8-step contact or 7-step contact framework for being an effective communicator. That's only $200, the price of a good concert ticket or a pay-per-view fight on TV. And is your communication and your ability to communicate effectively worth $200? I think it is. That's a small price to pay to learn what you need to learn to become a great communicator, which will take you to new heights in your career and your personal relationships. Go out and make it an awesome day. Like our Facebook page, like our Success Tool Chest website, and go out and make it an awesome day. Bye for now. We'll see you next week.